What happens when romance collides with raw power? What unfolds is a tale soaked in spectacle and suspicion. And FBI Director Kash Patel sits right at the center of all of it. Patel is facing intense scrutiny after it was reported that he deployed SWAT teams to guard his girlfriend, Alexis Wilkins, at a public event this spring. And it doesn't stop there. In fact, earlier, Patel was accused of using a $60 million FBI jet just to watch her perform last month. And now these incidents have ignited outrage, ridicule, and accusations of abusing power for personal loyalty. Here's more on the ground and air.
It begins like the first act of a political thriller. A stage, a country singer about to belt the national anthem, a powerful FBI director standing just out of frame, and lurking behind the curtains, a fully armed SWAT team. Yes, a SWAT team. When 27-year-old country singer Alexis Wilkins walked into the National Rifle Association convention in Atlanta, cameras followed her. Fans followed her. And behind them, a unit trained to break down doors, rescue hostages, and confront gunmen followed her too. Not because of a threat, but because her boyfriend, Kash Patel, the FBI director, demanded it. And that's where the story begins to crack open. When the agents scanned the massive convention hall and saw no danger, they slipped out. But Wilkins noticed their absence. Patel noticed it too, and according to multiple insiders, what happened next was volcanic. The FBI director erupted at the SWAT commander. He accused the team of abandoning his girlfriend. He blasted them for leaving her exposed on a convention floor filled with critics and cameras. And when the story went public, social media exploded. Outrage poured in. Memes flooded the internet. Some said Patel is so possessive of his girlfriend that he has basically put eyes on her 24/7. And suddenly, a question started echoing through the bureau's hallways. What exactly was the FBI being used for? Because this wasn't a one-night anomaly. This was the blueprint. Over months, Patel has repeatedly tapped into taxpayer-funded power, jets, tactical units, elite teams, all of this at a rate that senior officials privately call unprecedented. Government jets used for getaways, trips to Scotland for golf. Sometimes the trips were official, sometimes personal, but always expensive. Inside the bureau, this was déjà vu. Because just weeks earlier, Patel spent $60 million on a private government jet to fly to Tennessee just to see his girlfriend. Officials say these trips blur every line between personal life and federal power. And then came the real shocker. SWAT teams again and again were pulled from their posts. They were rerouted and reassigned to protect one person, Wilkins, in several concerts. This happened even in Las Vegas, where Patel has a home. This isn't what SWAT teams train for. They don't learn crowd control. They don't do celebrity escort duty. They take down violent criminals. And yet, at times, they were guarding a singer at a meet and greet. All of this unfolds while the FBI faces $500 million in budget cuts. Cuts that Patel publicly supported despite earlier asking for more funding. For the public, trust is clearly thinning. But outside, Patel is defiant. He defends the security, he defends the travel, and he defends Wilkins, calling the attacks against her disgusting and baseless.
Attacking her isn't just wrong, it's cowardly and jeopardizes our safety. My love of family will always be my cornerstone, and you will never tear that down or keep me from them.
Support has also poured in. Even the FBI has defended Patel. They say the extraordinary measures are necessary as Wilkins has received hundreds of credible death threats. Wilkins too has posted screenshots of these threats. And now, as the questions pile up, as the memes sharpen and as the criticism circles him like wolves, Kash Patel faces something no SWAT team can neutralize. A threat with no face, no weapon and no coordinates.
They promised glory. They delivered fear. They shaped nations. They scarred generations. From brutal purges to propaganda machines, from stolen power to violent falls from the throne. Welcome to The Dictator, a series that strips away the myth and then exposes the men behind the tyranny. History remembers their power. Firstpost reveals their truth.